Yo, we are back with another Rhythm Roulette reaction. This time around, we got 38 Spesh. Every time they drop a new Rhythm Roulette, I'm going to react. I think I missed the last one. It was like some producer I wasn't really too familiar with. I'm very familiar with 38 Spesh. For those of you that listen to my music and the music that I release, I'm very in tune to this subgenre of hip hop, if you will, the underground. And I'm familiar with 38 Spesh. I didn't know he was a producer, but I've never seen him actually make a beat. So let's just get right into it.
Sometimes I hear samples that automatically make me just want to start chopping it up.
Facts.
Hey, yo, this 38 Spesh, man. Right now I'm at A1 Record Shop. We about to go in here and do a little crate digging for my episode of Rhythm Roulette. Trust?
Not familiar with this beat. Probably one of his beats that he did and rapped on himself.
Nah, that's a little too new. I need something with some dust on it. Oh, shit, what do we have here? Peanut butter and marathons, never heard of them. This might have something on it.
That looks like it has some beat. Looks like
It's a Latin record.
Gloria Gaynor record.
This might have something on it. All right, let's get busy.
Too much going on right there, buddy.
This is the process.
Facts. I know that feeling right there.
I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the hook. It's
You recording this?
world that I want
That's
to
got a little bit of
have a little pride in. My
I'm gonna go through the next record.
and it's not a place I have to hide in.
This record was okay. It wasn't really nothing on there crazy. It's a few things on there I could possibly work with though.
Yeah.
But nothing on there that made me jump and start chopping immediately. Right there, I mean, how you sent that to me, I heard something in there I like.
That's it right there. That's definitely it right there.
You're never really gonna know what you really got until you start chopping. You know what I'm saying? First, let me see something.
That's true to a certain extent. Is that the Renaissance? I've seen that little MIDI controller before. I've never used it before, but I know it's an Akai MPC product.
It's a little trappy to me, but sound a little cinematic as well. Let me see.
I wonder if he's saving the other piece for off camera, because that last one that they played, that Spanish little riff, that one was the one.
That's how you turn nothing into something right there, you heard? Trust.
So that was MPC Beats with Serato sample, right?
that's how you make something out of nothing. You keep going until you actually make it fit. And then the drums just tie everything together. So as I was chopping the sample, at the end of the sample, I left a little space. That little space, I was thinking of something where times could roll. I had this drum loop put to the side for something of this nature. It already had the BPM attached to it. So when I actually was, crafting it, I knew that I had this, drum loop. And I remember how it actually was formatted. I remember what the rolls was. So as I was chopping the front part of the sample, you see how I left a space at the end. I left that space at the end specifically for the drum roll to shine during the turnaround. Going to the next sample real quick.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. There was no way he would have left with just that one, because I heard that one when he was just playing the records. I'm like, that's definitely the one.
Looking for some drums real quick. Give me some foundation and shit. Possibly something that swings again. Let me see.
That little controller, dope.
Okay, I like that one. Sometimes you hear samples that you kind of got to be super creative with. This was a time where I had to be super creative. It wasn't.
Those ones I called doing surgery on the sample. Sometimes you got to get real surgical on the sample.
Really anything on these records that I heard that really made me go crazy. But I like the challenge of being super creative. Sometimes, when the sample is there, it do most of the work and it'd be a little easy. But when you have to be super creative and create the loops from, things that probably you wouldn't normally touch, that's the real creativeness. Yep, and that's how we do on today's episode of Rhythm Roulette. Shout out to Mass Appeal. Shout out to everybody that's been tuned in. Trust. Hey, y'all.
Okay. So that is another episode of Rhythm Roulette. Not what I would have done with a sample, but that's the beauty of sampling. People hear things differently. I would have definitely used that second sample a little differently. But, it came together. I didn't love either beat, if I'm being real with you, but I am familiar with 38 Spesh, and I know that he is capable of making dope beats, but you get what you get when it comes to Rhythm Roulette. So I'm not mad at it. Another episode of Mass Appeal's Rhythm Roulette reaction. This is, like I said, pretty much after every time I do this, this is the dopest series on YouTube. Get DBRC on the show. That's all I got to say. Peace.